Gina, Gina, Gina came in the car and took a piece of my heart. Gina showed a picture of a pooch, was a cute little pooch. Gina took a bit of my heart, oh my heart. Gina was a nice girl that I met yesterday. Gina was on her way to the office. Gina is a dog mom in the city, working that 9 to 5 to feed her hairy pooch. Gina. And welcome back, glad you made it. It's another So-So production. Gina. Baby boy, baby girl, ladies and gentlemen, we are at it again. It is Wednesday, December 8th, 2021. Holy smokes, it's almost there, baby. We're almost there. Gina! Doing it, baby. Met a couple of cool people. You know what it is. Your boy's out there doing it. Doing that little monkey shuffle, baby. Doing that, you know, being that male doula that I am. Making human deliveries, get to meet a bunch of new cool people all day, every day. And yesterday got a chance to meet a bunch of nice people. Gina was a young lady, not the youngest of ladies, of course, but around the same age. Young, but not too young. Old, but not too old. Aged, well aged, is what she was, man. She's a nice little lady. Got to talking. She's telling me all about her life. She's telling me how she's a social butterfly, how she's looking forward to going back to the office, working with her peers. You know? Getting around that water cooler, getting around that coffee machine, making a little gossip. Get back to work a little bit, come back to the coffee machine, spread a little bit more gossip. Work, gossip, work, gossip. It's the best. Telling me how she became a dog mom over the pandy, like a lot of people have become parents over the pandy. You've either become real parents to real people out there, or you went out there and got yourself a little cat. You went out there, got yourself a little pooch. Which, you know, Gina got a little Pomeranian. Of course, I had no idea what a Pomeranian was. I asked her, I'm like, what's your dog? What kind of breed is it? She said Pomeranian. I'm like, I only know a few breeds of dogs, and Pomeranian was not one that I had registered in my mind with it. Clear picture of what a Pomeranian looks like. Some of you guys might be familiar. Some of you guys that aren't. It's a cute little Pomeranian mixed husky, dude. Little fluff ball. Show me a page they want to see. I'm like, of course. It's like, come take a look. So I let go of the wheel, dude. I'm in the back seat right now, because I'm that engaged listener, and I want to make sure that you know that I'm paying attention. If we're having a conversation, nothing else matters, baby. I'm in the back seat looking at the photo. Let go of the wheel. Cars not necessarily designed for auto drive yet, but it's got to learn somehow, right? Take off the little baby wheels. Just let it coast. At least if it's a straight road, no problem. You got a couple of turns, hop back into the driver's seat. That's what it is, baby. But yeah, it was a cute little dog. Chatted for a few minutes. And there she was, man, just on her way to the office. She had a couple of, nice little Christmas bags with her that she purchased some Christmas gifts. It's the holiday season. She's been doing that shopping. She's looking forward to the holiday cheer spreading. That's what it is, baby. Holidays, Christmas, Hanukkah, all of it. Kwanzaa, all of it, baby. It's the holiday season, whatever you're celebrating. Happy holidays, we're almost there, baby. But that's what she was doing. She just had a couple of bags, thought of her dog in her hand and wanted to share that. Oh, look at my cute pup. I love cute pups, dude. Who doesn't like a cute puppy? That's what that was. Nice and sweet. 15-minute chit chat. Boom. Thank you very much. Everybody's on their merry way. We go about our day doing our thing. That's what it is, man. Got to meet a bunch of cool people. Gina was one of them. Another one. My guy, my man, Milos, dude, Milos. Shout out to Milos, baby. Milos is a G. Milos is a gentleman. And whoever has been, if you thought chivalry's dead, chivalry's not dead. Milos is a gentleman and he's fucking doing it. How do I know Milos is a gentleman? Just by it's the little things that go a long way, that tell you what kind of household were you raised in? What did your parents teach you? What did you learn from all your peers and teachers along the way growing up? You know? Milos was a G. About to open a car door, he's like, hold on a sec. He's like, hold on a sec, I'm just gonna in the back seat, down below where your feet are. So I wanna lay down my work jacket so I don't dirty up your car with my concrete covered boots. It's coming off a construction site. I'm like, you don't have to do that, bro. But he's like, no, I don't wanna mess you up your car. And I appreciate that. That's Milos having foresight, being a gentleman, being a G, looking out. Like respect. In my mind already, all the stars for Milos. All the stars. You know, whenever people come in the car, we keep it down to a minimum. While, you know, the music's turned down, you know, the gauge goes up to 60, it's all the way down to 10. Just a little murmur in the background. If you like it a little bit, we can turn it up, if that's your thing. But, you know, and then we'll leave it open. If you want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation. You want to just be quiet, we can get to your destination, no props. Doing it. But, you know, this was a 25 minute trip. Milos got in there 5 minutes in after letting me know that he's a gentleman, having laid down a little work jacket so that he doesn't dirty up the carpet in the back. What a G, what a gentleman. Shout out to Chivalry, baby. He's doing it out there. Ladies, look out for Milos. You know what it is. And 5 minutes goes by. I see him, you know, little by little bopping his head in the back. And he's like, he turns. Rather, he doesn't turn. He's sitting in the, but he doesn't need to turn. He just tells me. He's like, if you want to play whatever kind of music you like and turn it up, feel free to do so. Don't turn down the music for my sake. If you've got something you want to share, let's have ourselves a couple of tunes on this ride, make it a little bit fun, get to know each other, bond a little bit. I made sure I asked him, like, are you sure? Because, you know, that's the thing, man. I'll keep it profesh. We'll still keep it professional no matter what. But I'm like, you sure you want me to turn it up? Dude, we'll turn it up, baby. This whole, you know, that's the thing. We'll turn it all the way up. I'm like, you sure I can play any kind of music? He's like, yeah, dog. I'm like, even if it's got cussing? He's like, yes. Especially if it's got cussing. I'm like, sweet. So we crank it all the way up. The gauge, what did I say? The gauge goes up to 60, baby. Turn it all the way up to 37. We don't want to go 57. 57 is where you want to be at when you're by yourself or with your loved ones or with your crew or with your, you know, close. 57 is when you're bumping it on that standardized, manufactured sound system, which is relatively good for what it is. Because back in the day, standard sound systems that came equipped with the car, not the best. Nowadays, not too shabby. 57, when that full 60's the limit, you go to 57 and the iPod or the iPad or the iPhones turn all the way up, the volumes turn up all the way up on the iPhones or your smartphone or your dumbass phone, whatever kind of your slow phone, whatever, you know, that's what it is, baby. You turn it all the way up. And then 50, so you don't want to go to 60. 60's when you risk hearing those, but, and that's the thing you learn as you age and you've been around different vehicles, you know what it is. You don't want to ever go all the way max. That's how you fuck up a stereo system, baby. And then you start hearing buzzing noises. No bueno, you're fucked. But 57, 57 is, you know, that'll, again, for what it's worth, works pretty damn well. You can have yourself a little jam. 37 is just like, you know, we're good. We're listening to music, everybody's hearing it, we're hearing it, we're enjoying it. 57, we didn't even crank it up to 57. That's just again for personal use, baby. You can't just whip out 50. Volume 57, exclusive, orders only, limited edition. Feel me? Unless you're some sort of sonic pervert and you're like, man, I gotta listen to my music with this dude all the way up cranked up to 57, 58. Unless you're into that kind of thing, fella, lady, let me know. We'll make it happen. People have made requests. Can I play my music sometimes? Yes, absolutely. Why not? Let's see what you got. Let's make the fun ride a little bit more fun. But that's what it was, man. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I see Milos is just bopping his head in the back, feeling like a G, like a gentleman. We're not saying much to each other at this point. We're just enjoying the music, enjoying the highway. We're on the highway, listening to music. He's gonna be there in no time. Finally get to his destination, dropped him off. We wished each other Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all the above. And that's what it was, man. That's what it was. He thanked me, I thanked him. Beautiful connect, beautiful little, we bonded, bro. We bonded. But that's the thing, I had to gauge, you gotta gauge situation. You can't just go, that's the thing, you gotta ask those questions. Somebody says, because I said, I've got different playlists. I got different playlists for different times, and I keep adding, taking away from the songs on the playlists. And one of the playlists is just, it's just that, right? It's not top 40. It's a little bit of rock, but that's the thing. It's not anything with, it doesn't have too much cussing. No cussing at all, actually, on the rock songs. We can just, everybody can, a little bit of, it's not top 40, so you don't want to like throw up. Something tolerable. Just, good old rock. But then if somebody says, hey man, play whatever you like, I like to mix it up, throw in a couple of hip hop, a couple of rap songs. And rap songs and hip hop, they're filled with cussing. And I like that. Other people like that too. But you gotta gauge it, like, that's what it is. I also made sure by asking, I'm like, you sure? Because it's got cussing, dude, because it's got cussing. You know what I'm talking about. I looked in the rear view mirror. He wasn't the type that got like too happy about the cussing. He's like, cussing, yeah. That's what it is, man. Made some good connects. Feeling good, feeling great. Got up early, as per usual. Nip it in the bud, baby. The early bird catches the dirty worm, baby. You gotta get out there. That's what it is. Sip to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been with me for a long time, over a year now, thank you for all the love and support. Go ahead and hit those like buttons. Follow me on Instagram. Search Rob Sadri on YouTube. Get the full-length videos. Go on down to Patreon. Get with the fiscal lifting. And if you're a newbie, you're just coming here, what is this? Where am I? Who's this dude? Consider me your, for the time being, given the circumstances, consider me your virtual friend. We're like a gang, we're like a family. Blood in, blood out, blood in, blood out. Doesn't involve blood, but you know what I'm talking about, baby. We're tight, we're a family. We talk about silly shit, serious stuff, personal issues, societal issues. And you know what's amazing about it? You and I are doing it together, baby, independently. Not orchestrated with, this guy in the background, that gal under the table, other dude in the chimney just causing a havoc. Nobody's pulling any strings. You and I are pulling strings, baby. Pulling strings, shooting rope, baby. Pulling strings and shooting rope. When I'm not busy shooting rope, baby, I like to use my St. Ives almond scented oil for, moisturizing my body bag. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. When I'm not busy shooting rope, I like to use St. Ives body lotion to moisturize my body bag. I'm talking, what's body bag, dude? It's that BB, it's that skin. Who's got time to say full skin, dude? SKIN. Oh, too long. BB, you know what I'm talking about. Body bag, skin. So there it is, baby. Cutting you time. It's because that's what it is. Productivity, baby. Get it up there. Crank it up. Crank it down. Optimize yourselves. That's what it is. St. Ives, if you want to sponsor the show, do it, baby. I've been using your product for like 14, 15 years at least. You know what it is. Love you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a ton of stuff going on, and a ton of stuff still not going on, man. Canada, what are we doing? What are we doing? Things are a little bit, still not quite sure where things are headed. I've been reading, hearing, had a little teeny tiny chat the other night with my brother, and we were just talking briefly about how, man, they're coming after the kidsies now, and the camera's moving. Boom. Coming after the kids, man. Kids 5 to 11 or 12 are now eligible for the getting shot up. Man, which, again, I'm not anti-vax, love vaccines. Give me all the vaccines. The ones that have been around for some time, of course. The ones that are new, yeah, a little bit, just questions out there. Like, do kids really need it? Just putting out questions. And it just made me, I was just briefly talking with my brother, and it just, it was a realization that I had. And I've mentioned this, what a weird time to be alive, and also the greatest time. But also, if you're a parent, man, my heart goes out, because with parenting and kids, there's so many responsibilities that come along. And you got this, kids are your precious, my precious, your precious. I don't have any. You're precious. You do everything. That kids are you. Kids are you created them with your bodily fluids. Nothing, from nothing to full babies in a matter of 9 months. And all of a sudden they're out in the world, and now you got to protect them on the outside for at least a set number, X amount of years, and then off you go on your own. You got to figure it out, bucko. But it makes me nervous. I bet it makes a ton of parents nervous, not knowing we don't hear about this too. You do a little bit of it's hard to even grab some proper information on, like, what are the long-lasting impacts of these vaccines on regular people, and then the babies need them 5 to 11. Can't we just questions and concerns is all I've got. But that's yeah, who knows what the long-term impacts of these drugs are, or any other drug, right? You got to do long-term research in order to be able to get a clear-cut answer. So I can't imagine what it's like right now. I don't want to imagine what it's like right. I could imagine, but that's what it is. It makes me go, that's the thing. You take a healthy little baby, most of the time there's probably not going to be anything. Most of the time there's probably not going to be anything wrong with them. But God forbid, man, you're that. Now you're the lemon. Now you're the unicorn. Now you're that odd duck, baby. You ended up with that. You're that lottery winner. The worst lottery winner, when you get meds and it doesn't work with you, with your system. Now all of a sudden you got like an 11-year-old maybe maybe 11-year-old baby boy suffering from myocarditis or something. Where it could have just been like, oh, you leave it up to them, they catch it, they get over it, no big deal. Chance of the kids dying from this thing is slim. But we're the facts. We're where's both sides is what I'm at. Because like benefits, sure, it's got the benefits probably outweigh the negatives way more. But you don't hear anything. I've not heard anything in terms of like have there been any coverage of any severe side effects? You don't hear it. You don't hear it on any of the corporate news media outlets, because they're all sponsored by pharmaceuticals. You'll see it in their ads. Brought to you by Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, this, that, and the other. And again, most people, we've talked about this, but it makes me concerned, because like that's what it is, man. You bring this, now you're responsible. If it's just for you, what if it's just for you? But like for somebody else that's dependent on you to protect them, next thing you know, they're healthy, and then they get a shot, and then boom. Most often, probably nothing's going to happen. But that's the thing, we don't even know we can't know until 5, 10, 15 years goes by, and who knows. But these questions are not being asked, or not being followed up, and there's not any proper investigation into any of this. Or if there is, it's very hard. But that's the thing, man, I don't know nothing. I'm not an expert. I'm a dum-dum, and it's just hard to come by good solid information and be able to actually make your decision based on those pieces of information. So you can actually be like, all right, I'm going to take my chances, or I'm not going to take my chances based on these set of facts and figures. It's just being, and the lame propaganda that goes along with it. Oh my God, they're trying to push it so hard. I saw a little article depicting artwork on t-shirts as like somebody printed the barcode or the scan for whatever it is, that like the little code that you might get for your vaccination passport or ID or whatever, and they put it on a t-shirt, and they're like, oh, and they're trying to spin it as if everybody's behind it. No, who's buying that lame ass shirt, dude? Who is buying that lame ass? It's nobody. But if that's the barcode is probably one t-shirt. Other t-shirt ideas for them to be able to push this further on is probably like a t-shirt that just says coercion with like a needle in a little fella's hand. Coercion, buy it, Loss of bodily autonomy on another t-shirt. Just all the cool stuff. Just all the cool stuff. That's what it is, man. Weird times, but nonetheless, man, we're kicking butt. We're taking names as much as we can, and we gotta move along. We gotta at one point come to, we can't be waiting around for, this variant, that variant. That's what it is, man. Ontario, Canada, we need to toughen up. We need to come to our senses that this cannot be perpetuated for any longer. It's weird, man. They were considering lifting all the mandates around January, but now they're like, oh, we're gonna have to wait. This is way too much power for anybody, whether it's a government agent, whether it's your local politicians. It's just too much power, and it's ruined so many lives, man. Businesses need to be able to conduct themselves freely as possible, and this has been just so hard. I'm so thankful for a lot of things, but my heart also goes out to a lot of people out there that have lost businesses, that have lost family members due to other issues indirectly being caused by this whole man-made pandemic. Whether you lost a job, whether so many people going off the edge, so many people have overdoses are up, suicides have just crimes on the rise. Everything that's because people are tired, people are feeling, and you see it on everybody's. That's the thing. Everybody's trying their best, but there's a lot of it seems like it's just right now. I feel like there's just too much power within. There's too much government overreach, is what I want to say. And I've been saying this from a lot of people but more people need to speak up. And shame on the corporate media or the news outlets for not doing their job properly. That's what it is. But that's what it is. It's actually good in a sense, because a lot of people have already seen the facade that's been depicted for a long time, but it's good. Now there is going to be actually people who want to tune in and seek for a little bit of truth, and not that anybody's got you got versions of the truth, but at least present different sides is what I'm saying, dude. That's it. 5 to 10-year-old, 5 to 11 or 12-year-olds, it just makes me nervous, and I'm not even a parent. So my heart goes out to all the parents out there having to deal with all of this, but we'll keep on marching on, baby, and that's what it is. Little by little, helping each other out however we can. I got you, you got me. I got Gina, I got Milos. That's what it is, baby. We're doing it. Today I got to meet another fella, young fella, again, around the same age group as myself, I'd say, and he was, we got to talking, quick little conversation, cool little, you learn from people. Got to hear his story. What was your story about, man? He's a jeweler. He's a young man jeweler. He's that ice man, baby. Drip, drip with the ice. He's into making custom-made jewelry with his girlfriend. They get gold bars from TD, melt them. They get all sorts of beautiful gems. They do their own, and everything's handmade in Canada. That's what it is, baby. Grassroots. I love that. I love that. That's what I'm talking about, baby. It got me so excited. I'm asking all the I'm like, do you have Instagram? Do you put any videos up? I wanna, and he did. He gave me a card. I'm gonna have to go look into it. But he's like, man, I had to travel to Holland 3 times, learn from from a master jeweler craftsman, and he's this Russian dude living in Holland. Sat with them, paid several thousands of dollars to go through this process of maybe an apprenticeship of sorts, but that's the thing. He gained a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge, came back to the city, and he's like, you know what? Me and the old lady are gonna get together, make some jewelry, baby, and sell it. Thinking outside the box. And sure, it might be a little bit more pricey, but this is what I like. It's fine. I don't mind paying money for good things, and I don't mind paying money for things that are made locally, that are handcrafted, that somebody actually put thought and is connected to that piece of jewelry or whatever it may be, whether it's shoes, whether it's jeans, whatever it is, man. Handcrafted items are so dope. If you're out there doing it, man, he's telling me about how nowadays you gotta use use microscopes to put everything, the placing of the gems or stones. That's a whole thing. That's not as easy, and just like anything else, right? Until you get into it, because everybody, whatever you purchase or it comes into your possession, you're like, oh, it is what it is. You forget all the many different steps that are take in order for that product to be made and handed over to you, whether it's a car, whether it's a pair of jeans, a t-shirt, a piece of jewelry, cup of coffee, all those different sets. It's nice to be like, okay, he gets his metals from the bank. He wants that pure 18 carats, dude. He wants all the carats. For gems, he's got to outsource a little bit just because competitive prices, but that's what it is. It takes connections, takes community, and then boom, he's got a little workshop in downtown area doing it. Made me feel good. He's asking me about my life, sharing a little bit of stories, telling him what I'm doing, part-time job doing this, and all the time doing a little bit of storytelling, trying to crack a couple of jokes, want to be comic, and he's like, man, that's what it is, man. And we just both like, it's just one of those moments where like, game recognized game, bro. Keep it up, do it, expand. Next thing you know, he's jeweling you up all the way from Scarborough all the way to Oakville, baby. If you're in the city, I'm gonna have to follow him later on when I get a chance. But that's amazing, man. I love that. People going out of their way, because it's easy to like come up with a million different excuses, X, Y, and Z, why you're not doing whatever it is that you want to be doing, or doing something other than the thing that you're already doing. You know, I can't do it. Just make your own way. I love that. Love that. Shout out to everybody out there, whether it's Gina, it's my man Milos, and my jeweler brother that's doing it in the downtown core area. Do it. That's what it is, baby. Hope you guys are all doing well. What some items that I wanted to briefly mention, I guess. Nothing in particular. Just want to shoot the shit with you guys as per usual, have a little bit of fun. But I read an article, a few articles, caught my attention. Thought they'd be interesting for us to, what do you guys think? Tim Apple of Apple made a secret deal, apparently, a hush-hush deal. That's what it just says, secret deal in the article. Worth $275 billion with the Chinese authorities to invest more in the Chinese government and different aspects of the Chinese economy. Man, this is like, it goes back, because this caught my attention because I'm like, $275 billion deal with China, with the Chinese government. It's risky, dude. It's risky. And maybe you're saving money on a lot of other things. And I don't know. I'm not an expert on anything. I don't know. It's a multinational company, right? That's serving everybody around the world. So I get it, in a sense. But at the same time, there's also that value of profits that we hold up so high over anything else. Because now you're taking $275 billion, all these many jobs that could be created within the United States, maybe setting up infrastructure so that more manufacturing can be done. And this again, Apple and Tim Apple, great example, because that's this type of stuff happens all the time, right? But what we talk about maybe we could start focusing on bringing back manufacturing and building our own stuff everywhere, globally. It doesn't make sense for you to, it makes a little bit of short-sighted sense if you want to make a little bit of a buck or if you want to make a little bit of a profit, but you got to just, put everything on just weigh it on the scale, the pros and the cons. But I'm sure they've thought about this. I'm sure there are a ton of pros. Of course, there's probably a ton of pros. But, with sus governments, and the Chinese government definitely amongst the sus, not many governments all governments are sus. It's just varying degrees, and some are way more sus than the others. And I wonder, could those funds have been allocated to creating jobs in the US? And what are you risking by taking all your manufacturing to another location like China? You're probably risking losing autonomy over your intellectual property, your ideas, your thoughts, your research. And not to mention that the Chinese government doesn't play by the rules, right? You manufacture something, next thing you know, you got the same replica in the same factory, probably made and just sold under a generic no-name brand for a fraction of the price. And so that's, you know, thinking long-term, is it beneficial or is it a detriment? That's all I'm saying. Especially with, you know, where are these funds going? Can we start, and this has been a topic of interest for a lot of people, myself included, can we get gadgets that are not involving inhumane labor, you know, slavery, whether it's for the minerals that they're digging up, whether it's low-paying factory jobs out in the middle of, you know, countries where there is not too much oversight. All these things, because if I can, and it doesn't have to be like, that's the thing, the argument is like, well, if it wasn't made there, over here it's going to be costing us so much more. Why, dude? Why? It's just, it's so arbitrary and it's so subjective. Numbers. But profits, shout out to profits. What do you guys think? Is that a wise decision? Should that, or is it a good business move? Or could the U.S. economy maybe use that 275, or the North American economy use that 275 billion? You know, just saying. We need manufacturing. We need to do our own. We need to create more. Same with Canada, dude. We need to get our own. That's the thing. We need to get more behind Canadian built, American built, European built, and everybody just building their own things, and like, you know, that's creating jobs. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Anyways, anywho, something else that's interesting about, you know, again, another article that I read. China's Yutu-2 rover spotted a cube on the moon, a loose cube. Whose cube is it? I don't know. Who left it here? I don't know. What's it doing on the moon? I don't know. But it's been going viral, man. There's a photo of a mysterious little cube planted on some part of the moon, and a Chinese rover by the name of Yutu-2. Yutu-2, baby. Caught a glimpse of it, and it captured an image, and it's out there. And that's the thing, man. You hear so many. It's so. News on our planet is already so biased, and so you get something, you can't take it for face value. You got to be like, where is it? What are all the angles? What are all the different angles? This is a true story. What's being highlighted? What's being dismissed? What's being, you know, what's being pushed along? What's being hidden? Who knows? But it did catch my attention because, you know, it's that time of, again, so many things, right? Again, news down here is mysterious on its own. News coming from the space, who knows what we're talking about, you know, whether it's flying objects, UFOs, mysterious cubes. It's just a ton of questions, no answers. Questions, no answers. Got a cube. What's a cube do? And some are like, man, maybe these are the cubists, dude. These are the cubists, and the cubists, man. Some argue and say the cubists were like the downfall of the art scene, dude. The cubists came around and they were like an answer to realism, and they were like, man, we're gonna just go angular. Some people say that was the downfall of art. Some people say it's innovation. It's out there. It's a response to the. It's a part of the it's part of culture, but it's also part of the counterculture, baby. That's what some say. But that's art for you. It's subjective, isn't it? That's life. Some find it beautiful. Some other people might be like, cubes, dog. And yes, sometimes, you know, simplicity is the answer. Sometimes minimalism is the answer. And sometimes you got to go, you know, reverse these and become a maximalist, baby. You got to go opposite minimalist. You got to just put everything in. But that's what that is. What's a cube doing on the moon? Who put it there? Is it even, it's images. Who knows what's what? But also, holy yikes, if it's not a man-made cube, if there's an actual, and also again with these, you know, the mysterious little droplets of news that you'll get about, mysterious flying saucer or a tic tac shaped object off the coast of San Diego. What is it? All of a sudden there's this new tech in the ether. It's out there. Is it man-made? Is it alien? Who knows? Who knows? Is it just a little distraction so that we pay attention to something, and then in the background there's always something else going on? Mystery times, baby. It's that mysterious time, and it's snowing out there, and it's snowing, and the particles of snow are all unique. And who tested all the snow particles to know that they're all fully unique? How do we know maybe there's like 1,000 or like 200 million different templates, and they're just upstairs printing snowflakes, and we're like, oh, the one that I got is different. But you don't know. The snow here isn't the same snow down in, that Mount Everest. Yeah, questions. Questions about everything, not a lot of answers, though we keep on asking questions. Questions. That's what it is, man. We gotta be careful. We gotta just be careful. We all gotta talk to each other. Keep the lines of communication open. If you spot something, you let the other dude know, or something, or that's wishful thinking probably, right? But we do gotta work together, baby boy, baby girl. That's what I'm talking about. I'm a little bit concerned about all this, all this new interest that's been built around outer space and getting us back to the moon again, getting us back to going to Mars, it's a ton of stuff that needs to be remedied down here, huh? Ton of stuff that needs to be remedied down here. Like so many issues: affordable housing, access to, free or relatively affordable healthcare and education, stuff that everybody, common folk, I'm not worried about going to Mars. I'm not going, baby. It's not going to be me. It's probably not going to be you either. What do I care about? Stuff that's down here. But, that's what it is, man. People, after a certain number of zeros and commas, they all start acting weird, dude. And I don't know people, right? I can't be like, I don't know what's, what are people's true intentions? What are they trying to, help humanity? Are they trying to, do something that's a little bit just like, you gain a couple of, after a certain bracket, you start doing weird shit, dude. You start, putting chips in people, wanting to put chips in people, putting chips in monkeys, putting chips in pigs, talking about Neuralink. And I like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But a part of me is like, all right, what are we trying to achieve? And just because we can do it, should we do it? And there's arguments from all different sides. Yes, it's going to come help people with different sorts of disabilities so that they can maybe over time gain some sort of mobility. Put a chip, it's going to help the neurons spark faster from your mind and send the signals to your body. And then you'll see a video online. Cute little piggies, alleged piggies with alleged chips in their brains, and their snouts are touching objects, and it's making little beep 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 beeping, baby. It's beeping season. And you're like, what does it do? For the time being, it just makes beeping noises. So now, that's what it is, man. Read another article. Elon Musk wants to get these bad boys and bad gals chipped up starting 2022, baby. Oi. I like people. I love people. People are cool. People are interesting. We need all sorts of different people. Just makes me a little bit nervous when people with a ton of money and resources start tampering with things out of the ordinary realms, Oh, how do we make humans better? So, hey man, maybe, but that's the thing. I don't know. And I hope to find out little by little, as much as I can, with the help of you guys out there, by asking questions, maybe by creating a little bit of curiosity. Because yes, of course, your heart goes out. You're like, yes, of course, if somebody has a little bit of a disability, and if they can be, but if they can be helped, maybe that's a thing. But you know, it's not going to stop there, right? Once this is a technology that's out there, that's being implemented, and it gets better and better over time, you know, people are going to be opting in and getting, that's going to be the next shiny gadget. Dude, why are you carrying your phone? Just get chips. What, are you still living in 2022? Get chipped, bro. Get your neurons connected faster through the Wi-Fi. Yeah. And you can take it in and put it out. You can take it in and put it out. Pull in, pull out. Excuse me. We're definitely changing, man. Things are changing, and it's just good to ask questions, because that's the thing. People with, again, I don't know your intention. I'm giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, I like us to have some sort of a conversation before. Should we do it just because we can? You know, should we chip people just because we can? That's weird shit, dude. That is weird. That is, you know, that's, we're evolving. Humans are changing every day, and it's just like, should we maybe just preserve some things and let it be, stop tampering with some things that, and again, not to get focused so much on the natural or organic form of nature, but certain things, just let, even if it were to evolve, maybe just let it evolve on its own and not, but then some people are like, oh, if it's gonna evolve, let's make it evolve faster, and then you got gain of function. And then, you know, it's so much, and that's the thing, something goes wrong, man, fuck, that's, no bueno. Can we put it, how do you stop these things from actually, because it's weird, man. It's weird. I don't want us to lose more of our bodily autonomy, our overall freedoms, the amount of like information that we already put out there, and the amount of everything. And again, a little bit obviously hypocritical line of work that I want to get into is putting yourself out there, getting yourself out there, putting a lot of yourself out there. But it's up to my choosing, as when I choose to come in, do whatever, where I want to go and do what. It's not something invasive just in there, in my body, a part of my body. The phone, yes, it's kind of like, the phone, I can live with that, because I could put the phone, I can turn the phone off, I can put that away, despite the fact that we're connected through so many different devices and gadgets these days. But there's still a little bit of that humanity left, that it's just, it makes me ponder, it makes me think, it makes me nervous, but also I'm like, man, all right. What it is, man, because that's the thing, you know, somebody's first one will come out, it'll just be a few low-key people just using it to get, you know, a little bit of mobility back. Nice. Next thing you know, somebody's juicing that bad boy up, just becoming quicker, faster, just computing everything, and all of a sudden you don't even need to think anymore. Everything's just being, you are a walking cell phone. You're Google. You're Googling yourself, dude. Whatever that means. But I'm sure it'll be nicely packaged. I'm sure it'll be slick looking. I'm sure it's gonna slip right in. The procedure is gonna be seamless. We're gonna put you on the funny gas. Who doesn't like the funny gas? It's gonna go down under, you're gonna come out, and you're gonna be smiling. And you can now adjust your smiling, and do you have trouble smiling? Well, now you don't even need to press buttons. Just imagine yourself smiling, and somehow their neurons will send that message from your brain to your fucking face, and now you're smiling all the time, Jack. Just get it for the greater good. Those sort of things. Because that's the thing, once you start having people that are now, they're going to be smart people essentially, like we're going to have, because now it's the smartphones detached from the bodies, because smartphones, dumb people, smash them together, you got smart people. But now you have smart people and you have regular people, They're going to be smart people and a bunch of dummies who don't want to get behind the program because they're all the way back in 2020, like savages, like barbarians. Or something, dude. How do you, that's the thing, I'd like to be able to think, how can you have a little bit of fun in the early stages if you're not going to adapt and get the chip, if you're not going to get chipped, if you want to be part of counterculture, baby, carry magnets. Just, hold magnets in your palm of your hands and get close to people and just put your hands up close to them but not on them or anything like that, and make sure it's a strong magnet. I'm pretty sure that's going to kind of fuck up the system or cause a glitch or something. Next thing you know, you got people going down with seizures, just glitching, dude. Making Xerox fax noise, making the 1990s dial-up connection, but like the screechings, there'll be sparks coming out the side of their eye. Oh my god! And who will have the last laugh then? Who will have the last laugh? You, but also it'll be a scary fucking sight, won't it? But, or can you swim with it? Is it water resistant? It's inside you, of course it's water resistant. You don't know my body. You don't know about my orifices, dude. I'll seep water through my nose and all through the ears. What if it gets in there? Somebody's just like slumped over. Oh, you gotta pull over, give him a boost. Oh, I don't have the booster cable. Oh, you're just waiting around for people to come jumpstart you again. Where you could have been just, a little bit slower, like we are now, but functioning at all times. But no. You had to, and that's the thing, man. This is actually anti. Oh shit! This is ableist, bitch. We're getting up. This is ableism at its best, dog, because that's the thing, man. I remember reading an article even about hearing aids. As good as they are, there are some that actually have invasive surgeries and fuck up people's ears way more. Of course, technology gets better and better, but the argument is that should we respect people in their form as they are, and should we accommodate people, or should people go? And there should be a balance of sorts, I guess, but this is where it gets tricky, right? Because we're trying to like make this perfect being. We want to play God, right? And nobody's ever going to be good enough. Whether we're talking morally, spiritually, physically, mentally, all around, right? And there's always like ways to better improve yourself, whether it's you that's got to go out there and get the exercise. And of course, that you should do that. It's good that you should go out there and seek education. It's good that you should take care of your financial. It's good that you should take care of all aspects of your life. But that's the thing. There's a huge gap between the haves and the have-nots, and it's going to be a world of, people with access to unlimited resources, not even pressing anything, and just things having shown up. Food here, delivery package there. Everything's just taken care of, and it'll be huge, because it's never a even playing field, is it? You're gonna have superhumans, you're gonna have smart people, and you're gonna have dummies. And it's pushing I would think, and I may be wrong, probably am, but that's what it is. Maybe we talk and we learn. Is it pushing an ableist sort of mentality where everybody's like, and that's the thing, you're like, man, if they get the hearing aids, going back to the hearing aid problems and people with hearing impairment, or because what if we were to, the alternative is that yes, you could promote more learning of potentially maybe sign language, maybe making that part of normal society somehow. And wouldn't that be cool? And his question for everybody is, if you use sign language to communicate, is it one language universally? I've not looked into this. Or do different countries have different? Because if that's one thing that should be. I hope they've already done this. It should just be like one uniform international sign language. But then right? No, Is there a thing? Is something in it? I don't know. Think about it. Different countries having different sign languages. How annoying is that? Because you already got so many obstacles, and then you cross borders. Now you can't even sign language. Unless you guys have got it down as just one. I'm pretty sure that would make sense. It would make sense, I think. But again, what do I know? But yeah, my thing is like, if should we just leave people, not like abandon people, but shouldn't we just leave people with, I don't even like to call, I don't know what it is. Again, it's whatever. It's not it is a disability, I guess, if you have some sort of a disability, and it should be aided to a certain degree, but like, I guess a balance. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know how we got there. Think it over. Get chipped, don't get chipped. What do I know? But don't get chipped, bro. Don't get chipped, son. Don't get chippy. I don't want it. I'm opting out right now, just letting you know this guy is out the chip game right off the bat, dude. That one is no bueno. Wait. Man. Funny, on a brighter note, people in Germany are living it. Not really, everybody's under weird conditions, but other people are looking at alternative ways of having fun, and some fella, an electrician, 67-year-old electrician, German electrician, yeah, doing that freaky deaky bit. He was providing services where he castrate people. People will go on his website, apparently, sign up, go over to his place, lay out on his kitchen table, and this guy would castrate them, remove their genitalia, dude. Ended up killing one person. I think there was 11 people involved. But man, so this is somebody like actually like putting out a service, and there are people that are getting up, inquiring, and then taking all. Because you might have a little bit of a moment in your head where you think something is a good idea, but from you having a thought to actually going through with it, again, the many steps that are behind every little thing, right? You went online, you're on the lines, you're like, man, I'm bored, I'm tried and I'm tested during these times, dude. How do I get a little bit of an extra, just a little bit of a fun? How do I make this day more fun? Yeah, I know. You know what's extra? Testicle. My testicles are extra, is what you said to yourself. I feel like being castrated. Yeah. You call up a couple of your buddies. Maybe you're in a circle of people who like being castrated. That's your thing. And I'm not judging, but I'm judging. Weird. And then you found this fella. Self-proclaimed professional. Castration services. Don't do it. What are you doing, man? Oh. There have been some charges. I think he's getting some time. But it is just, again, just because we can, should we? Holy crap, dude. And you're just doing that on your kitchen table with God knows what, and you're an electrician, and you have zero medical knowledge, everything. You've done that do it yourself. You went do it yourself DIY on them testicle removals, dog. Holy. I wonder if he has a family. I wonder he's got to squeeze this between the time maybe his wife's dropping off the kid. He's got maybe like a 2-hour time period. He's got to just squeeze everybody in. You make sure you show up at 2 and you leave at 5. And you're there like, don't worry, what do I got to bring? And don't worry, I'll give you a doggy bag and you just take it with you. How is that even fun? And what part of that is, you're into that sadist masochist shit, dog. That's hardcore fucking like, pain is pleasure, but to what extent? Do a little fucking, somebody grabs your little nip. All right, we can live with that. Somebody gives you a little spank on the rear end. All right, we can live with that. But removing genitalia, castration on somebody's fucking kitchen table, you're out of your goddamn mind. All y'all. And again, these are just my opinions. I don't believe in them, not attached to them. Down the line, I might even change them because I'm malleable like that. Just trying to learn, man. Share the knowledge. Maybe there's some hidden benefits of castration. God, people are nuts. But it's, I guess that's an interesting story. That is a next time you go to work at the water cooler and if one of the procedures went wrong, the other ones only probably went halfway wrong, dude. You show up to the water cooler, you show up to the coffee stand, you're at the office, how was your week? Take out a little doggy bag, you're like, want to see what's in the bag? What's in the bag, man? That's what it is, lefty and righty. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to the moon, we're going to Mars, we're still here, got a lot to figure out. And I love you guys. I love all of you. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for all the love and support. Spread the joy. It's the holiday season. Have fun. Ask questions. Don't just put up with whatever nonsense the big corporations and the media outlets try to force feed you. Say no to force feeding unless you're into it. Say no to force feeding unless you're into it. Question everything, question yourselves, pat yourself down, question yourself, dude. Put yourself in a corner, put some pressure on yourself, question yourself every once in a while just to make sure everything's tip top, right? I love you guys. Thank you for all the love and support. If you like these videos, go and hit those like buttons on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. Search Rob Sadrigan if you've not done so you can find the full length videos. Please subscribe on YouTube. It helps the algorithms, the algorithm gods, the tech overlords, whatever it is, it just helps. It helps. It means a lot. Thank you very much. And if you want to give back a little something so the operation can move on forward, go down to Patreon, baby. We're doing it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you guys back here on Friday. Kicking butt, taking names. Stay fucking loose, baby. Peace out.